2:50 p.m., August 4th, 2024. A lot to discuss today, a lot to get to. So let me start with the boring stuff first. All right. So I'm at the middle of I'm going to try 44-hour food fast. I'm at 39 hours now. And it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm probably going to eat around 5. So that will put me at 44 hours. If I Wait a second. I must probably eat about 8. I'm sorry. 8 will put me at 44 hours. I think that's what I'm going to shoot for. I got 5 more hours, I meant to say. So I'm at 39 hours now without food. I've had some coffee. I've had a protein shake. I also had a frappe. I got to be honest. I had a vanilla bean frappe from Barnes & Noble because I just came back from church and then I went to Barnes & Noble to read up on some Packer news, even though I pretty much know everything about the Packers with the internet and stuff. But I did read some books that were out in Barnes & Noble. I try to do every year, see what the sports writers are saying about the Packers' upcoming season. And there I had a vanilla bean frappe, which was delicious. But I also am starving. So I'm going to probably work out today. I'm going to probably jog in place a little bit because it looks like rain out there. Did some lifting already this morning. But yes, so I'm in the process of, we'll be hitting 39 hours with no food in 9 minutes. And the goal, just to be honest, is 44. Probably. I'm not going to go 48. That'd be 2 days. I could do it probably, but I'm not going to. Got to enjoy myself tonight. I'm probably going to enjoy myself with some chicken parm, some frozen pizza, and some donuts. Maybe some Arizona iced tea, just to home stuff, home food. Other part of the conversation: Packers had their scrimmage last night, their family scrimmage. It seemed like everything worked out okay. Dobbs highlighted, Dontavian Wicks highlighted. They were both interviewed in the locker room. Seems like they got out of there injury free. They had a situation where I think Watson and Evan Williams went up for a ball. LaFleur was talking about just taking care of each other. So there was a little collision there. Christian Watson did kind of get hurt in his ribs a little bit, they said, but he seems like he's going to be okay. So no harm there. There was actually about 60,000 fans, which was a sellout. The stadium holds 81,000. So they must not have the inside parts where people are covered. And so there probably a lot of people, probably those, I don't know, that section probably wasn't open for people because I believe there could have been 80,000. They said it was sold out and there was about 60,000, a little bit more there last night. So that was awesome. But like I said, no big injuries, no major injuries, no major concerns right now. Defense seemed to pick it up late. They said the offense started off winning, but the defense, again, since been the theme of camp, has been winning. And it seemed like they took over second part of practice. Trying to think here. Dylan looks in great shape. I saw him mic'd up. He looks probably the best shape I've ever seen him in as a Packer. Entering his fifth year. I'm sorry. Wow. Yeah, fifth year. Wow. What else? I was watching. They won't practice today. They won't practice tomorrow. They are going to practice August 6th and 7th, it said. So that would be Tuesday and Wednesday. They're heading to Cleveland for their first preseason game. Wish I could go. On Saturday. So that'll be August 10th. And then next week, I don't know the exact date. I think it's the 16th and the 17th, I think I read. They're going to be practicing with Denver, I believe. And then Denver's going to play them on Sunday, August 18th, for their second preseason game. And then I think they're home again to Baltimore Ravens. That'll be 3. Watched another classic, December 20th, 1986. Unfortunately, for the Giant fans, it was a classic. But the Packers hung in there. They were a beaten team. They were down 21-0. It was a 1986 game. The Giants would win the Super Bowl that year. It was the last game of the year. I was there with my dad. I remember missing wrestling practice. I was shocked, but my dad, he knew the coach. He was a firefighter in town. And he said, I told him I was going to the Packer-Giant game. It was on a Saturday, December 20th, 1986. Giants would go on and win that Super Bowl. They were dominant. Packers were beaten up. Lofton was suspended. Players were hurt. They had Eddie Lee Ivory, who was courageous and played wide receiver. He was a starting running back. He was drafted as a running back. Tore up his knee twice, but he was playing wide receiver in that game. Paul Lockeruth was our tailback. Kenneth Davis was a rookie. He was a tailback. Gary Ellis did not have a good game. Gary Ellis was a good player. Dropped a couple passes. Dan Ross was our tight end. He was a Bengal. Ed West also. He was drafted in '84. It was his third year. I'm trying to name some highlights. Ken Stills had a nice return for a touchdown. He had a nice interception for a touchdown. He actually had a nice kickoff return. I I don't know if it was to start the game. It was definitely maybe after the Giants scored, he returned one. Pretty good return, about 45 yards. He was gutsy. Mark Lee, I believe, got hurt in the game. Mark Murphy was hurt. They were beaten up. I was at that game. I mean, I'm laughing, but I was crying. Forrest Gray was the coach. Forrest Gray would only coach one more year after that year. But we were 4-12. We had Tim Harris, though, the six-shooter, Tim Harris. Brian Noble was there. Alfonso Character was there. Humphrey was our nose tackle. Ezra Johnson was still there. But the Giants, right? I don't want to talk about the Giants, but Lawrence Taylor they had, Carl Banks, Gary Reasons. I know they called him Toast, but he looked like he played a pretty good game. Elvis Patterson, Herb Welch, Joe Morris, Bobby Johnson, McConkey, Bavaro. Bavaro, for one of the first plays of the game, Stills gets in his face, and Bavaro just pushes Ken Stills. It was wild. All right, so the Packers going to the game, they were down 21-0, but they fought back. I'm in the middle of the third quarter, and it's 24-17 Giants. They would win, unfortunately, 56-24, I believe. But going into the fourth quarter, if my recollection is correct, I was 14 years old, and I'm 52 now, but I believe I was right. The Packers got it to 31-24, and then the Giants took off. McConkey was a Packer that year. So was Tom Flynn. Tom Flynn had blocked a punt earlier in the first quarter. After put the Giants up 14-0. The Giants would go up 21-0. Packers would storm back. They'd make it 21-17. Well, it was 20. Well, like I said, 24-17. So it was 24-17 at the half. And that's all I got to. I remember the game. I watched it. I was there live, obviously. I watched it a couple times. Thank you. The person that put it on, I think it's Bart, put it on YouTube. Thank you for that. Tough one to watch. I'll shut it off probably after it gets 31-24. But Randy Wright was our quarterback. And I've come on here before and I talked about Randy Wright. I mean, he was a draft pick from Wisconsin, but he was tough as nails. These players back then, a lot of them just fought. They just fought tooth and nail. They weren't getting paid the money that these guys are getting paid now. I know I'm on this soapbox again, but he fought it. He threw some nice passes under duress. A Giant team that would win the Super Bowl, like I said, that year. But when I look at it, Green Bay gave them good 3 quarters, and I believe the Giants would go on and blow out the Niners in the playoff game. They would go on and they kept getting better. They beat Washington by 17. And then they would blow out Denver. And Denver had a 10-9 at the half, in that Super Bowl. Then the Giants blew them out. So I would say Green Bay gave them the last good fight, before that Super Bowl where they host the Super Bowl trophy. So that was it. So again, I'm in a 39-hour fast right now. I'm going to try to make 44. I'm going to do a little work in that, little jogging in place here. At 33 hours, I weighed in this morning before church. I weighed 179 pounds after a 33-hour fast. A lot of water, protein shake, some coffees. And then today, so when it was at 36 hours, I had a frappe. Vanilla bean frappe, like I said, at Barnes & Noble, reading my Packer books. And I'm going to try to, like I said, it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to make it to 8. 5 more. It will put me at 44 hours. I'll let you know tomorrow. So like I said, Packers are off today. Rest up. Green Bay, they're off tomorrow. Probably do some working out or whatever. And then they're back to practice Tuesday. First preseason game coming up on Saturday. I'm sorry. And a shout out to Steve McMichael. He was a Packer. He's suffering from ALS right now. Horrible disease. I had a friend that passed away from ALS. Horrible, horrible sickness. Praying for him. Terrible. I mean, he was a monster of a man. Mungo, they call him. He was a bear. He used to harass our quarterbacks. But then he became a Packer for 1 year in 1993. It was either 93 or 94. I want to know that. I think it was 93. So my heart goes to him. He is in the Hall of Fame. And everybody have a great day. All right, have a happy Sunday. Take care. Go Pack, go.